On this bike we're very much working on the adage and assumption that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're back on the Suzuki trail. And the first question is the airbox, which air filter, etc. Which, obviously I'd like to do individual filters because they look kind of cool, but there's no bloody room. Honestly, I mean, you can see, right? There's the frame, there's the filter, and there's no way one of those conical jobs is going to fit in there. So maybe that's out of the question. I'll do a little research. And honestly, seeing as it runs so good as is, I really don't want to mess around with it too much. And carburetors and tuning them is quite an art, which I don't possess. So I may just leave that as is. On this bike, we're very much working on the adage and assumption that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it's all about losing the bobber look and reversing it to some kind of cafe racer. And I've got to be honest, that's what I like doing. I like the aesthetics more than anything. Unfortunately, aesthetics often leads to having to do engineering stuff and certainly electrical stuff to get the desired look. And there'll certainly be a bit of engineering down here to put on whatever seat we end up with, and whatever rear end lights, etc., because we're bound to go Perspex LED. Not sure what I want to do with the front light. I like the mounts, but kind of want two lights. I really like the two lights on the Triumph Speed Triple as standard, and obviously on the Ducati they were a little bit I don't know, a little bit Harley for my liking, but they kind of worked on the Duke. I don't want to use the same lights again, but I'm thinking two kind of bigger ones, because this is a big baby, and what I'm thinking is actually, if I can find a way of mounting them, these LED halo lights that I put in the Bel Air are really cool, and they're bloody bright. And I'm thinking maybe if I could find a way of mounting them onto the Suzuki, two of those, they're 5.5 inch, fitted out here, a bit Street Fighter-y, bit Triumph Triple. Yeah, they might look good. And talking of debobberization, I've already ordered some 12.5 inch shocks for the Suzy. Yes, they're white and red and cool, and got a little thing attached to them. Don't know what that's about, but all the new shocks seem to have them, and yes. Anyway, that'll bring this rear end up again, so that'll be cool. I think I'm going to stick with the original fuel tank, but I think I might fill that so it's all flush. And there's this big gaping hole here, and people at the front door apparently. But it looks like there was something there originally. I mean, what's that all about? So I better research that as well, hadn't I? Obviously the shiny chrome mudguard is coming off and going on eBay. Well, that's a little bit knackered, but yeah, don't want that. Nasty. So obviously part of the bobber look is dropping the back end, which can also be achieved by, as well as the short shocks, it can be achieved by raising the front end. So these are right on the max here. Yeah, there. So having done the ludicrous thing on the Honda just to see what that would look like, yes, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I'm thinking I can drop this at least, what's that, I don't know, 15 mil, 20 mil, either side, and drop that front end down so it's sitting on the headlight mount, at least for now. And then when we get the new shocks in next week, we'll see what that looks like in terms of levitability. We are levitating, and yes, I've just got out of the bath. Next job on a Suzuki is the customary handlebar flip, just to see if these are going to work or if they're just too big and we get some clip-ons. So I've loosened them off and take all the levers and handles and things off. Signs of a little leakage from the brake reservoir, but that doesn't matter because we'll be putting on new levers as per the the R6, yes, which you haven't seen in that state. Anyway, yep, so we are removing the handlebars and flipping them over, see what that looks like. So they're not going to work for a number of reasons, apart from that it's still too massive and whatever. So the reason is, having flipped them over, they're now crashing into those. And if I'm going to drop the front end a little, those are going to protrude even more. So we're going to need some proper clips. So I need to measure those forks, because those forks are remaining, and get some clips pronto. I shall order them at the same time as the lights, which I have sourced. 2 3-inch lights. I think they're going to work really well, actually. Halos as well. Nice. So yeah, I'll be ordering all the same gear as I did for the Yamaha, because it's reasonable quality. It's not the best, but it's reasonable quality and very affordable, and yeah. So that's all good. I suppose it's time to remove the monolithic headlight. Yes. So this little bird's nest of noodles is actually mainly indicators. So I may well chop them short somewhere else before they even get anywhere near here, so that all we have coming up the front is the lights. Yeah, those. Sweet. Meantime, genuine GS550 1980 headlight available on eBay very shortly. And yes, look, we have a new line above my head, a black line for the new AC, a 2-stage, 2-phase AC unit, much more, what's the word, efficient. We like efficiency. That's a skinny old front tyre, isn't it? Yes, 1980s style, and yes, we've removed the mudguard. We might put another one on, but not so big and not so chromy and shiny. That reminds me, we still have the Ducati front mudguard from the Monster. Let's try that, see what that looks like. What do you think of the show so far? Rubbish, that ain't gonna work. You'll get the reference. So this light that we broke appears to be the brake light. Yeah, that's a pretty cool light actually. Well, it's bright anyway, but it's not the running light, so nor are these. These are definitely indicators, and they're kind of cool too. But yeah, so we have no running light, which is interesting, but I'm sure we can find one. So tracing it back, it comes under the seat, and there's an extra wire here which is disconnected, so that's probably the running light, hopefully. Anyway, let's chop all that shit off. That's better. Might actually keep the light. It's not bad. I'm sure I can find a place for it. Just need my MX5 scissors to snip down there and get the light out. We are debobberizing, yes. Mudguard, gone. Sweet. 2 bolts, different sizes, obviously. Why not? So yeah, good. Looking good. Cool. Forgot to look up what goes in there. Yes. Anyway, definitely keeping this tank good shape. Just needs to sand down. Au revoir to Jolene. And yes, welcome to Susie. I think it's almost time to get Mr. Kawasaki into action. Although that's probably the only grinderizing that's going to be done on this bike. Oh yeah, I was going to loosen the forks up, wasn't I? Let's do that. First off, I want a little deeper dive into the electrics, and that involves removing these weird and wonderful, ludicrous actually, boots, which are not really, I don't know. I mean, they're not tight. They're not really doing anything. They flop about a bit. What the hell? Time for some manly size scissors, I think. Well, that's revealed some connections and some dead ends over there, yeah, and some more. Oh yes, another glass fuse. What a great idea. Okay, so we got 5 5 fuses in total, which is good because we've got 6 in that little unit. So I think I might do that next, actually. Yeah, I think I might do that. Trouble is they're kind of separate. Not sure about that. That looks like a posi going in there, and there's definitely a big posi going into that one. Not sure. Won't throw away the cap for that just yet. Although we're not going to be using the glass fuse, so I might as well. Who am I kidding? Oh, I think the next stage is to take the pipes off, actually, and start cleaning them up and working out what we're going to do with the foot pegs, because that's yeah, it's nasty, isn't it? It's original. Doesn't make it right though, does it? Yeah, so that ain't gonna happen because it's welded here and just kind of clamped there. So they're not going to come off in a hurry. So I guess I'm going to have to sort them out in situ, which is disappointing. And while I'm looking at this, yes, we need a new side stand. Needs to be shorter and shallower, because this thing is as precarious as the Honda is now that I've dropped it to ridiculous fork length, which is why I've now got a breeze block holding it up on the other side just in case it falls over. So yes, we need a short Café racery, not cowboy kickstand. Progress, nevertheless, and big temptation to get out Mr. Kawasaki again. Let's do it. It's grinder time. Be gone, license plate holder. Yes, that'll need some tidying up, obviously, but we'll get to that. Cool. Job done. While we have Mr. Kawasaki on hand, it would be rude not to tackle the Honda, wouldn't it? Really don't want to take the whole exhaust system off, because I mean this is all nice, and honestly this bike I just want to cafe racer up and paint it up, make it look neat and tidy, and flip it. It's a flipper, not a bobber, and it's not a snake charmer. Talking of which, I was sweeping up in here today because Mr. HVAC, Mr. Ron, has been here today, and so I had the Bel Air out to give him better access, and found a dead scorpion. Yes, luckily a dead one, thanks to Monkey. Monkey is quite the farm cat. He's the hunter. Anyway, I think this is a good point to flip the episode and call it a day. So thanks again for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and encourage others to watch my lunacy. Yeah, and don't bother with that bell thing, that's just bloody annoying, right? So yeah, no, don't smash the bell. Whatever you do, don't smash the bell.